Happy Sunday, live from Clearwater, Florida. It's Lana. How are you doing today? We finally got a break in the weather and we have some sunshine. So I'm so happy to tune in, and I'm looking to see how many of you are available on this holiday weekend. Today I wanted to discuss patience and impatience. Because interestingly enough, we don't recognize that what may be driving us in our frustrations or in our motivations can come down to the simplest part of life, which is, are you in the moment? Are you stuck in the past? Are you caught up in the future and not living currently from this present moment? So, some things that had come to me this morning, it was all about remembering, having faith, trust, and believing that when we pour love into every little thing we do, because most of us are doing things from our hands, from our arms, from our heart, an extension of the heart, that if our heart is not fully in what we're doing and we're not pouring love into it, what are we putting into it? What is it that we are expressing through our trades? For example, if you are a handyman, are you hammering with love what it is you're creating? If you're an electrician, are you pouring forth love, energy into the wiring? If you're a plumber, are you letting love flow from your heart and soul through your hands in every work that you do? Because ultimately, the things that you do leave impressions long after you're gone, long after you leave. So make your presence be well known in the spirit of love. Let it be a present. Let yourself be in the moment. Let yourself pour forth love that continues to flourish. Because we can easily get caught up in the mundane or the craziness or what's going on in the news, in the politics. And when we do that, we're taking away from all the love that we want to spread and share in the world. And that's going to come back to us. Because what we're expressing in every moment is what we will continue to experience. This is why when we're stuck in the past or stuck in the future, caught up in the ideas of what's going to happen next, we're losing the moment. We're not experiencing the present, the gift of this present moment. Everything we need is in ourselves. We're never going to be able to go to the past and bring forth something that will make us feel better. We can't jump ahead to the future and expect that to satiate the moment. Every moment after this moment is creating the next. And when we really tap into that, we really recognize we're either being impatient or we're being patient. We're experiencing the moment. If you're impatient, what you're basically doing is negating every moment that you're having presently as if it is no good for you. You're having disdain. You're poo-pooing, let's say, on the gift of life that you've been given. This experience is a gift. This moment is a gift. And no matter where you are in the moment, if you're not experiencing joy, it's kind of like, unfortunately, it's like saying, F off. I don't want to be here, no matter what it is. Even if you don't want to be somewhere, you really need to be present to that moment because it's teaching you something. It's telling you where you are inside. It's telling you where you're trying to be because you're not feeling good where you're at inside of yourself. That impatience is a direct reflection of not being patient with yourself. It's that unacceptance of who you are in the moment. Even a person who may be annoying to you may feel like you're frustrated by that other individual. Whenever somebody else is triggering you, to feel uncomfortable, that's really just bringing up something inside of yourself that you haven't accepted nor healed. And in that moment, if you can grasp that impatience is where your struggle is, that impatience with yourself, that unaccepting of yourself, the not allowing yourself to be as you are, where you are, and having compassion for yourself is really the root cause of all of our suffering. The simplicity of just reaching inside and saying, I accept and love you as you are, as well as it's going to radiate to those around you. Now, when we're patient, we're in bliss. We're in this joy. There's no question of what's happening next. There's no comparison of what's happened in the past. It's really just being. And when I was on my first yoga teacher training, I was in Nicaragua in January of 2011. A really beautiful statement that was made by one of my teachers. We were watching the sunset. And it was awesome. It was amazing. It was gorgeous. And he said, the moment you put a label on that sunset by saying it's beautiful, it's awesome, it's this or it's that, you've actually just negated even that moment. And you're not being with it. Because we don't need to be crazy busy in the mind to be happy and content with joy in this moment. That's just the mind trying to stay alive, the fear that it's going to die, shrivel up, and it's going to go away. But just sitting in that silent, blissful moment and absorbing what's happening, that is the pure beauty of life. That is living in the moment and being patient with where you're at. And this takes practice. This isn't something that happens overnight. I'm still working on it every single day. So I'm not trying to tell you something that I've mastered, and most of us aren't going to master it because it's a constant work in progress. That's what life is about. It's all these moments of experience that are bringing us through this flow, and how we actually live it is all about being in the moment. Whenever we're jumping ahead, we've stepped out of the moment. Whenever we're running behind, we've stepped out of the moment. Thank you for all the love. I really appreciate that. Nothing is outside of us. It's all inside of us. All we have to do is have the patience to go inside and to recognize that we are whole. There's nothing wrong with us. We're not perfect and we're not imperfect. We're just who we are. And try not to put a label on it. Because ultimately, the label just changes it from being what it is. And it is what it is. Perfectly what it is. So I love this quote by Maya Angelou. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or what you did. They will remember how you made them feel. So let others be inspired by your essence. Pour forth with love everything that you do. Everything from turning the doorknob when you open it to driving your car and steering the steering wheel. Remember that when you radiate out love, you're actually uplifting everyone else around you. They've done studies that the heart has this magnetic field that can actually expand out to 25 feet in radius, and even bigger if you are working on it. So consider every time that you are radiating out that love, someone's feeling it. And you don't know who you're uplifting, but just remember, if you can continue to feel that, others are going to be touched by it as well. Much love and light, lots of hearts back to you. Many blessings on this holiday weekend. Be safe, stay dry, get out in the sun, and I hope to hear from you all. Take care.